Good morning, everyone. It is time for First Alert Weather Extra. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Jill Gilardi here, and we have a lot to talk about because today is a First Alert Weather Day. Now, this is for later in the day, for the early evening hours. That's when strong storms will be possible. But this morning, a little bit of patchy fog, few showers for some. Most of them have been shifting east of I-91. The chance the rest of today before that main round is going to be, low, but not zero, isolated possible. But it's going to be this evening. We're going to be tracking storms developing, moving across the state. Some could be strong or severe. We're talking about wind gusts over 40, maybe as high as 60 miles per hour. Certainly some locally heavy rainfall. And then lightning, there's going to be impacts to anyone that is going to be outside or traveling after about 6 o'clock. That's when the bulk of it moves in. We can see that on First Alert Futurecast. Showers wrapping up this morning, isolated possibilities randomly at times today. But otherwise, it's steamy sunshine. And then we get into the evening hours, and then you see those deep cores there. That's, a stronger storm or two going across our state. And this is going through the early evening hours. There's 9 o'clock at night, and then we start to see things kind of calming down. It's all because of this front that's going to be interacting with very humid air in place. And the risk for excessive rainfall has now climbed to the level 2 range for southwestern Connecticut. Otherwise, we're at a level 1. So, there is that risk for locally heavy rainfall, some poor drainage flooding. Can't be ruled out. The severe storm risk today, whenever we're in the green, that's a lower chance than in the yellow, let's put it that way. And the coverage of a severe storm in our area would be more isolated versus scattered, say like in New Jersey, points southward. As we take a look at the highs today, well, we're going to be above average, low to mid to upper 80s. If we get enough sunny breaks, it could climb into the low 90s, Hartford, Enfield, in that area. So not out of the question, but it's certainly going to be feeling in the 90s in the Hartford area, inland, starting at noon, maybe a little bit earlier than that as we get more breaks of sunshine. It's going to be steamy sunshine. And then we look at the shoreline, it's going to be feeling in the upper 80s through the early afternoon hours. Now, as we get towards the hottest time of the day, you'll notice that feels like temperature mid-upper 90-degree range inland and the low to mid-90-degree range shoreline. And while isolated shower storm can't be ruled out during the early afternoon hours, it's the evening. That's when our best chance for rain and storms is going to roll on through. Wind gusts trending today. Well, it's going to be one of those days where the breeze starts to pick up, and that could help out certainly with this kind of stifling air with the gusts in that 20, maybe as high as 25 mile per hour range. As we take a look at the temperature trend, we're going to stay above average pretty much going forward. The exception may be Friday, not too bad Saturday. The dew point, which is so much more critical this time of year, and how good it feels or not so good it feels outside. Still going to be muggy tomorrow. It drops off some briefly on Thursday before briefly spiking again. It's going to support another chance to rain. Boo! But for the 4th and for Saturday, very comfortable air moves in. Enjoy it, because then it's going to get steamy again, and it's going to be getting hotter as well. So it's going to feel even hotter in that extreme range. It could be in that extreme range by Sunday again after today. So tomorrow we start off. There'll be a few lingering showers. That front will be a little slow to exit. So clouds to start, breaks of sunshine during the afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the mid-80s inland. And at the shoreline, low 80s after morning showers. Otherwise, cloudy skies through most of the day. We need rain, so obviously we are in now the month of July, but June ended for the Hartford area 2 inches at least below average, and almost 3 inches below average in the Bridgeport area, which is actually the 6th driest on record. So things are getting a little crunchy out there. Even though, we see rain, but when we get these hot temperatures, a lot of evaporation occurs and things get zapped. So last weekend we had 1/100th of an inch, literally a trace of amount. So it made it 18 weeks in a row. This weekend we might put an end to this streak. So the outlook for rain in terms of it compared to average, 6 to 10 day outlook could lean a little wetter than average, and same goes for 8 to 14. It's more the temperature, 6 to 10 day outlook is certainly a higher chance of there being above average temperatures versus 8 to 14 days out. So maybe a brief spike What's normal? 62 for low. Not having that for a few days. Probably not until, I would say, Friday morning. 84 for a high. Yeah, we'll be closer to that as we go through the next couple of days, especially for Friday is going to be the pick of the next 7. And oh my gosh, it is Independence Day. It's the 4th of July, so timing out perfectly. But yes, again today, very humid. We will see just an isolated shower storm possibility. The rest of today, it's this evening. That's when those storms become more scattered in nature. Some of them could be strong or severe and produce locally heavy rainfall. So feeling in the 90s, remember, hot, toasty day. Tomorrow still muggy. A few showers to start, and then breaking up those clouds will take until the latter part of the day to do so. Thursday starts off a little bit more comfortable, but then here comes another little front that's going to spark some shower development that could impact firework displays for Thursday evening. So keep that in mind. Could. We will, take it one day at a time. Friday, though, feeling fantastic. Beautiful weather. Not a cloud in the sky. Muggier, then humid as we get through the weekend. Next chance for showers and perhaps some storms is not until next Monday. As we take a look at the shoreline highs, we're pretty toasty today. Certainly feeling hotter. And then pretty comfortable Thursday into Friday, and then we start to heat up down along the shoreline too on Sunday into Monday. In terms of the tropics, just want to mention there is a disturbance being monitored in the Gulf, closer to the northeast Gulf towards Florida, that now has a 30% chance of formation over the next 5 days. But not a whole lot happening in the world of the tropics. Certainly here, we are going to be monitoring for those storms later on. Keep an eye on your phone for any alerts to the First Alert Weather app. If you're like me, I have my phone on silent, so, pay attention for any little vibration. You never know, especially as we get into the evening hours, as the main round is expected to move through. And as that round is moving through, well, guess what? We'll have another First Alert Weather Extra coming up at 9:30 tonight. So you definitely want to tune in then to get an early look at what is going on and what's ahead for the next 7 days. So, yeah, that's what's happening. Have a great rest of your day. Take care, everyone.